All right, time now for Just South of Buffalo here on the People's Newscast, and we're fortunate enough to be joined by Presque Isle simulcast host Patrick Morell. Patrick, man, it's good to see you, brother. Haven't seen you for a little bit. Obviously, there hasn't been too much racing going on and all the snow and the winter, but
That's
man,
true.
thoroughbred
Great.
racing will be back soon. Just can we expect this season, my friend?
It's going to be another stellar year here at Presque Isle. There's no question about that. We do, as you know, Phil, our style of racing is absolutely unbelievable. We have the Tapeta racetrack. It's the safest racetrack in America. We're very, very incredibly proud about that. We have a lot of great races, including, of course, our marquee race, and that is the Prescott Downs Masters. 6.5 furlongs on the Tapeta for the fillies and mares.
What would you say, Patrick, to people who haven't been to Presque Isle, haven't experienced what the racing is like? Just describe some of the emotions and the feelings, man.
Well, I think the biggest thing is I think they're missing out on a lot of fun. There's no question about that. It's very family oriented. I think a lot of people forget about that from time to time, about how important that is. And it's great. Bring your kids. And, you know, for me, I always try to put the kids on at least once a week or so to help me handicap a race, because I know that's our future generation. And, you know, I have some kids that actually come up to me and say, hey, can I be on the show? Can I be on the show? And I put them on the show sometimes if I'm able to do so. I think that's what's so great about it. And thoroughbred racing, you have to remember, that's America's original game, Phil. It was long before football, baseball, basketball, anything, soccer, golf, you name it. It's been around. Anybody can belong to it now. You have entities that have these micro shares, or if you, Phil, and you want to get like 3 or 4 of your buddies together, everybody throws in, you know, a little bit of money. You can actually get a racehorse to run at Presque Isle and have a good time. And it cuts down your exposure too, and it gets you to have a lot more fun, and you bring all your family and your friends. And there's nothing like owning a racehorse or breeding a nice racehorse. Believe me, it's amazing.
You know, Patrick, a wise man once told me, quote, I didn't choose the sport chose
Sport
me.
chose
You
me.
know
I always
about
said that.
man, when he
And I
told
remember the day that it actually did choose me,
me.
and I'll never forget it. And I'm so glad that it did, because this game, Phil, has opened up so many doors for me, and it has done the same thing for so many other people. And it's really the only place where princes and paupers really, truly do rub elbows.
My
I can
last
assure you.
question, my last question for you, sir. Obviously, people are excited to see racing at Presque Isle again, but when they think of thoroughbred racing, it's always the Kentucky Derby. What do
Sure,
you
for
think
sure.
we'll see this year?
We have the Derby Future, so you can always go right over to Presque Isle, bet your Derby Futures. The third pool is already going right now as we speak. We have a lot of great things happening, and we're really starting to kick off that Derby fever time right now. It's like, you know, when you get the fever, it starts just a little bit, and then by April, it's going to be full blown for that first Saturday in May.
I'm still upset with Brad Cox and catching freedom in the Derby last year, man.
We all have those stories.
Hometown boy.
Trust me. We all have those stories.
Hey, Patrick, I
So,
can't wait for the snow to go
I
away and
can't either, man.
see you again. And we'll have racing soon at Presque Isle once again. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome, Phil. Thank you, brother.